Picking up where we left off with incorrect answer. This time we're going to build an old enough to vote program. And what we're going to do is we're going to check whether someone's old enough to vote. So we're going to keep a lot of this the same. The correct answer in the United States is 18. You can't vote until you're 18 in the United States. So I'm going to make a comment that is the voting age in the USA. Okay. And then our question is no longer just simply what is 2 plus 2, but more like what is your age? And they're going to answer us. But instead of saying user answer, we want to use well-defined. We're going to say user age. Okay. They're going to give us their age. So in the same way, we want to change all of them. And instead of saying correct answer, we're going to change this to say something more reasonable like voting age. I would say correct age, but that sounds kind of funny. Voting age. Voting age. I don't like the capital at the beginning. So remember, for camel case, we always keep the first letter lowercase. All right, so we have voting age and user age. So after we run this, we don't want them to say, oh, if you got 18, you got the correct answer. We'd say something along the lines of, yay. Okay, and we're excited because they finally get to vote once they turn 18. And I should probably say, you finally get to go vote because we're asking somebody what's their age. If they can't vote, and we say, then you are too young to vote. Okay? And so when do we want them to say you are too young to vote? Do we want to say it if they're not 18? No, we want them to say you're too young to vote only if they are younger than 18, which presents a new problem for us. We don't have just two outcomes. We want, if they're equal to voting age, we want them to get to vote, and we're very excited for them, but we need to control whether they're younger or older. So let's run this one and see what happens. What's their age? 18. Yay! All right. But when I run it and I put in 13, all right, everything's working so great, except we never accounted for what happens if you're 67. Because now I'm 67 and I'm too young to vote, which just doesn't seem right. So what we need to remember is that we actually have more than one case. We have an if, the user, but instead of just having else, we're going to have an else if. Okay? And an else if means we need another category. Our situation here is not that the user age is equal to the voting age, but we want it to be if the user age is less than the voting age. And we can use an inequality just like that. And then if they're not equal to the voting age and they're not less than the voting age, we don't need to check again because there's really only one option. And the last one we can say else. And then we say, then you are maybe just old enough to vote. All right, let's run it and see what we think. So let's see, we've got voting age equal, you get to vote. You finally get to vote, like you just happened to get to vote. If it's too young, the user age is less than the voting age, then you're too young to vote. And then we've stringed together three things. So we have equals, less than, and then everybody else. So if you're not equal to 18, you're not less than 18, then you must be older than 18. So I'm going to type in 102. And you're old enough to vote.